that's why I always tell my team, man. We try to find somehow, some way to separate us from everybody else, because everybody's doing something. But a lot of what's going on, everybody's on the same way.
Yeah.
Which is a very unfortunate situation. But
so do you think it's okay to be separate?
yes,
Yeah.
it's good. At least it's good to be separate with a purpose. Some people are separate because they think it's a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
And that's not really cool if you're just doing it just because you think it's cool. Because it's always that one person that's just like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. It's like, why? Like you don't have a good reason why you're not gonna do it. You just, nah, I'm not gonna do it. You just want to be that one person. Nah, if you have a purpose of why that is, why do you want to be separate? Versus not being with the flock.
Like they don't want to be at the same show, like perform with, or what?
Oh, when I say separate, I mean like musically, like sonically, not necessarily like, hey, we're gonna do our own thing.
Oh, okay.
No, not that at all. Because I feel like hip hop is it's a community aspect, and I feel like in hip hop we have to be together, and that's what Black Peace Corp is all about. Anyway, it's the bridge of all genres and all walks of life.
Yeah.
You can be the guy over here, be selling dope, or gang banging, or or the guy who just lived a hard life, and he just has a different take on life. And then you have a guy who might be from the suburbs. He's from the suburbs. He's never really had that same type of struggle, but he's had his own struggles, and he has his own life and his own sound. And then even then and then he goes into race and different cultures and what they believe in, religions and all of that. This is a community, and everybody should be a part of it. It should be bridged. It never should be a separate thing or a separate entity. I feel like that's not hip hop at all. Yeah.
I agree. There's got to be someone for everyone.
Exactly.
And like if everyone sounded the same, how is that fun? Like,
oh my God.
You want a show with variety.
Yes.
So you can attract more people. So, I don't know. But how is ATXFlowdown going down?
It's been cool, man. I can't say anything negative about it. It's been very fun for me. Sloan's keep giving me opportunities, so I was like, sure, man, I keep showing up, man. I don't mind it. It's, my first time really performing with a band, so it gives me that practice, if you will. So for future shows, me and my guy Tommy T Smooth, my guy, a part of Black Peace Corp as well, he plays piano, and he also plays in bands, and he always takes me around guys that are, musicians, not just rappers or, vocal artists, but guys who are actual, musicians. That, guy who plays guitar, bass, a drummer, a blind guy who can play a bass and the piano. I'm sitting around all of these guys, really some Austin legends, and I'm the only rapper in the room. Mm-hmm. And it's, those type of things are cool. That's cool to me too, because it's music.
Right. Yeah.
That's
Plus, they can like throw you a curveball, and it really challenges your music skills. Like, how fast can you switch up?
Yes. That's a big thing. To change on the fly. Mm-hmm. To even, I realized this challenge of changing your whole song sonically. So you have to change your delivery.
Yeah. With
the band behind it, and not get thrown off, and learn where the pocket is, and, so doing that with Flowdown, it's been perfect for me to kind of learn that and get that type of vibe. So whenever I go to these other guys that have this, 10, 20 year experience, and I can come to these guys and, I can be like, hey, this is my plan, and this is what I want to do for a future set and for future albums. And they can follow along with it because they can see, oh, this guy actually kind of knows what he's doing.
So you guys rehearse a little bit and kind of discuss?
Well, the last show we didn't rehearse.
Oh, you didn't really?
So like the last show we didn't rehearse at all, but people didn't even notice, which was beautiful.
That's
so
usually how it goes.
Yeah, so like we went up there. I was like, oh man, of course at my spiel, introduce myself, r0wski. I'm here, flow down, turn back, look at Sloan. I'm like, what song are we doing first? All right, what's the set like? So what's the first, second, third, fourth? What's going on? We're doing 4 songs, and I was like, okay, what's the set? All right, he's like, okay, this is the set. I'm like, okay, all right, perfect. So we were able to nail it without any rehearsal. It was a dope show. People didn't notice. There was no, hiccups that were noticed, I would say, because I forgot my lines on one song. So I just started freestyling, and nobody noticed. Even my guy T Smooth, he didn't even notice, and he recorded the song. So
nice.
I was like, all right, we're good. Bye. But dearly noted, hey, rehearsal is very important. For real.
So let's because since I only met you the first time with Cap, now it's time to get to know you. You briefly mentioned we have r0wski on the show, rapper, part of Black Peace Corp's BPC. When did you start rapping?
For me, I started rapping young age. Like, I started rapping for my grandparents.
Really?
And my mother in the kitchen. I'll come from the kitchen, we'll have them all in the living room, and I would come with the rap song. I was like maybe 4 or 5 years old doing this. And then going and probably to like 5 or 6, 7, 8 years old, still doing that. And then, Bow Wow's album comes out, Beware the Dog. So that was like, I was like, oh, that's me. That's me. So I would go and I would have like a karaoke night, and I'm singing nothing, like rapping nothing but Bow Wow lyrics, but as far, like I've been writing forever and rapping forever, like since I could think, So it's like, as far as, but taking it serious though, probably like 2013, 2012.
Okay.
I started really taking it serious. I was in the mode, because all I did was, I was like, okay, I'm gonna put music to the side, because my family, they're not taking it serious. They're looking at it like, oh, this is just a hobby.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let me try to do something. I played football. I did sports. I played football, pee-wee, 6 or 7 years old. So rapping was my first love. Football was my second. I was still doing that and playing basketball as well, like around 7 and 8. So I was in sports my whole life too. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be the ticket, and this is something that my family respects, right?
Yeah.
But this is something that deep down in my heart I didn't really want to do, but I felt like it was something I had to do. So I'm in the mood. I'm in a disarray. I'm not playing football anymore. The school I wanted to, they didn't want me on the team. So I was like, okay, what do I do? What do I know? I went to music, and it just took me one summer of going back home to Corpus, where I'm originally from.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm originally from Corpus. I moved out here in like 2001, so this is like my second home for real. But no, I went back home for the summer after my senior year, and kind of was there, like I said, trying to figure out things. My guy, rest in peace, one of my best friends down there, his name is Tootie. Tootie, one of my best friends from out there, man. And, he came to me, he was always rapping, just, being young teenagers, smoking weed in the bathroom and just freestyling. And it's just like 8 of us, no shirt. Just it's hot. We're in there smoking, put a beat, and we're just freestyling. And then one day he was just like, he introduced me to some guys that were like ran a little record label down there in Corpus. So I was down there rapping with those guys. It kind of like triggered my spark again to even do music again. Because before I was really on just football, sports, and like this is gonna be the way.
Yeah.
You know, this is my mindset. Like, this is going to be the way. And so whenever it didn't happen, of course, you're sitting around, you're discouraged, you're young. There's nobody to really, you know. I had a stepfather, but he was there, but he wasn't, I wouldn't say a very good vocal person. He wasn't a very good talker. He could do, and he was a very good example of how to be a man, but as far as like explaining to you, like, hey, whenever, because, you know, he played sports too, whenever you're going through these problems, like whenever it's not where you think it's going to be, you know, how you're supposed to feel, how you're supposed to pick yourself up. So I never had that, so I'm sitting around figuring that out for myself, and I just stumbled upon music. I feel like it was God's grace, if you will, because this is not something I was necessarily looking for. Because I'm thinking in my mind, I still want to play football. Even though I'm going to go to college, I'm going to still try out in some other colleges and see if I can transfer. This is my whole mindset. But I go to Corpus. My guy Tootie's there. He's rapping with me. He takes me meet these guys. Now, you know, it's triggered. I'm like, oh, okay. People think I can actually, you know, I've always thought I could rap before, but, you know, more and more people starting to say I can do this. Like, I really have potential. So, you know, after, you know, Tootie eventually gets locked up that same summer. Oh my God, it hurt. Oh my God. So everything as far as like the partnership, me going with these guys and making something happen, making it concrete, it didn't go into fruition because 2D got locked up. Damn. And he went away for like almost 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and I didn't see him until, I want to say, 2015, 2016. You know, that's when he eventually got out. And, you know, I was like, man, bro, you know, I was hugging, and, you know, he wasn't even out for like a year. And then, you know, he passed away. He was murdered, unfortunately.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, man, that one hurt me the most. Well, as far as like a lot of my friends, you know, I've had some friends go, but, you know, some of them, sickness, you know, some of them, you know, circumstances that they couldn't control. But this one, it was like, you know, he's like my age.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't even, you know, he went away so young. He was like 17 when he went away. So he went away so young, he didn't even have a chance to go to a prom. Didn't even have a kid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So all these things, when that happened, it's just like, you know. So R.I.P. man, 2D man, that's love, man, that's family, forever, for real.
Did you know? I mean, was it a personal homicide? Like,
well, from the story I heard, it was stupid, as it always is. It was a couple guys he had problems with. You know, it was, okay, these guys were supposed to fight. 2D's not a guy to carry a gun like that. He will, but he's not. His first thing is, we're going to duke it out. We're not going to shoot. If we have a disagreement, he prefers to fight versus to shoot. Yeah. So we can go home.
Just man up.
Yeah, and he's, you know, he's a man first, you know what I'm saying? So that's his whole mind state. That's how we grew up. You know, we're not going to, our whole thing, we're not going to shoot. Yeah. We you know, we want to go home to see our people. We want to go home to see our family. We want you to go home to see your family. We may have this disagreement. We may not like each other, but we don't want you to die.
Yeah, that's too much.
That's too much. Yeah. And that's just how we grew up. So, but the guy on the other side, he wasn't like that at all.
Was he young too?
He was young too.
Did they find him?
Oh yeah. Okay. Because it was in the middle of the neighborhood. It was in the neighborhood, and it was an elderly person, of course, that peeked out the window and was able to see that. Yeah, and yeah, man, shot my man in the head. So it was.
Wow. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, man.
So he was like the first real person that believed in you to pursue music.
Yeah, like as far as, like to re-spark it again. Because I didn't really have to, I didn't really think I was gonna really do it. I was just, like I said, it's a hobby at the time. I was freestyling on the bus, freestyling in the locker room, freestyling in the hallways, cafeteria, but I was playing sports mainly. That's what I was known for. But him, he was the one that was like, he kind of just, popped it on. He was like, hey, without him actually saying it, he kind of just like, hey, bro, you can do this, right? Like, you just take this seriously, you can actually do this. Like, you're better than a lot of the guys that's out. Like, you're better just off of just a freestyle. He was like, bro, you rap like you from New York, bro. Like, what's up with that? Because it wasn't like the same. It wasn't simple. I would say it wasn't simple at all. Yeah. So when he, so R.I.P. man, 2D. Yeah. That's my love, man. I love him.
That's cool. So I was looking through your SoundCloud, and so you got 2 mixtapes or playlists.
Well, I actually have 3.
Oh, you do? I'm sorry. No, I saw the cool and then the
SoundCloud. I only put 2 on SoundCloud. That's the main. But I actually have one I dropped like 2016.
Oh, really?
It was like a little experiment. See what happened. I dropped it on Dat Piff. It's called The Work Tape. You can go check that out. But SoundCloud is pretty much where it's at, though. Okay. So I just dropped those 2, and I was like, these are the ones I'm going to leave exclusively for the main public to see, because those are, I would say, a great body of work. The one I dropped on Dat Piff was kind of meh. It was my first one, so it was more of a, let me try this, let me try that. So SoundCloud, it's cool. You don't even have to worry about that first one, but I did drop 3.
Yeah. And the single tonight is going to be on Dat Piff?
It's going to be on Spotify.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be on, all the main platforms where you can get it, streaming sites.
I never heard of Dat Piff. Is that what it's called?
Dat Piff, it's an old mixtape site. Like,
oh, okay.
It's a mixtape site. It still runs today. It's Dat Piff, Spinnerella, all that good stuff. Those places is like, where I was growing up, like high school, where you found all the exclusive mixtapes from the artists that you love.
So it's like more underground.
Yeah, it's an underground thing. Okay. And it's more, I would say it's more East Coast versus down South. It has a buzz down South, but it's more East Coast. Like in New York, they're still on that heavy than we are.
Yeah.
Like we're on streaming sites now.
Right.
They're on streaming sites too in New York, of course, too, but they're still
There's still stores and stuff that sell mixtapes.
Exactly. But yeah, SoundCloud, man, that's my those are my hearts. Cooley and These Are the Vibes.
Yeah, it's very vibey. I like your sound because it has like that experimental electronic sound to it. So I wouldn't say that you're like your standard boom bap, but you have more of like a modern, like I like some of your vocals in it too. It's like very dreamy.
Thank you.
If you will.
Thank you.
So, and a lot of songs about getting high and smoking and relaxing and
exactly.
So it's like one of them, like you just stare at your ceiling fan, just like smoking in bed type.
Oh yeah. it's that's the vibes, man.
Yeah.
The vibes. That's mainly what I made it for, because I was sitting around my guy Cap, and I was playing some beats, and I was just like, man, these are very chill. And I would always play them while I'm relaxing in the house, smoking, chilling.
Yeah.
And I always told people, man, I don't make music for everybody. I make music for people who smoke weed and work 9 to 5s.
Yep.
So the first thing I want to do when I get off is relax. When I get off of work, I don't want to hear too much banging of bass. Right.
Yeah.
I love that, but whenever I get off of work, I'm kind of want to just chill. I want to unwind. So, these
it's
are
kind
the
of
vibes.
Meditative too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Put you in that state, trance, that type of music.
Do you make beats too?
No, I don't. I need to learn.
Who produced the
Those beats I found on SoundCloud.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, I found them on SoundCloud because I couldn't find anybody I knew who can make these type of beats right now. I couldn't find it, just couldn't. I looked on websites, asked friends. So many people started sending me beats, and it was not it.
Yeah. So
I was just like, well, this is gonna be on SoundCloud. It's gonna be free. I went to YouTube, got some off of YouTube. I got like 4 of them, and I was just like, man, I'm just gonna do it, and just see what happens. Cause like you said before, it's very experimental.
Yeah.
It's not really my type of music that I would normally make. Like when you hear Cooley is more of a hip hop sound. It's more different types of, I would say different types of elements of hip hop. It has your boom bap, it has your down south trap bass, it has even a type of dance feel, if you will, and my smoker laid back type of vibe in that Cooley. But these are the vibes was me taking an experiment and just seeing what happens, me trying to sing and hope, because I always tell people I think I can sing, but it was an experiment. I'm glad that you liked it.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you liked it.
Yeah, I've heard you sing a little bit in one of the battles that I went to. I don't think you were featuring, you were just battling.
Oh, yeah.
But I could recognize you from like a crowded room because you always got them sunglasses on. It's like your signature look.
Yeah, man. I didn't even realize it was at one point. I was just wearing them, because I was just like, I don't know.
I hope you got 10 pairs, because if you lose them.
I've lost so many. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie. I've lost. For sure, I've lost over 30 pair.
Damn.
For sure. And this is just, I've been wearing sunshades since I was young.
Yeah.
Oh, man. This is not new. This is not new at all.
Does it help with, like, performing just so you don't see people? Like, I don't know. For me, I think it would be a good way to, like, kind of zone out. Like, I would get too anxious.
Yeah. It's really what it's from.
Yeah.
Because I was performing one day. It was one good show. From like an hour. It was like an hour set. First time ever doing that. And one of my homegirls, she was there at the time. She was like, "Why don't you engage more with the audience?" And I was like, "Cause I wasn't wearing my shades then." She's like, "It looks like you don't want to look us in the eye." And she was like, and low key, I'm not the type of person like to just stare at people in their eyes unless I'm talking to them. If I'm not talking to them, it's just like while I'm rapping, I don't look at it like I'm just speaking. I don't think it's very personal as much as I should be, especially at that time.
Yeah.
So what I started doing, I was like, okay, I got an idea for that. I'm gonna start wearing shades whenever I perform. So I started wearing them to perform, and I got very comfortable with it. And then also I could see in the dark.
Yeah.
With my shades. I was like, oh, this is not as dark as I thought it would be. So I would just wear them all the time, and they're comfortable on my face. Yeah. So they wound up just being me. Like, I wear them off, like, while I'm performing, while I'm at a club, while I'm walking down the street. I'm wearing sunshades all the time. It's nothing new. I've been to his house. I'm just going from my house to his house, and I still have sunshades.
Wow. See, eventually when you become famous, you could sponsor sunglass companies.
See, that would be beautiful. Hey, I hope y'all
start tagging Ray-Ban.
Hey, for real. I hope y'all are listening. I need some pair. I need a few pairs. They would be rocked by yours truly, and they would be rocked well.
Yeah. Oh, and then for Cap, he can get lens crafters.
Oh, yes. Look, I've been trying to tell him, man, look, you got to work the glass. I told him to keep his glasses. He was doing contacts for a minute. He's trying to do pretty boy. I was like, bro, you light skinned. I try to see what you're trying to do with your pretty boy swag. But I was like, look, man, I think a better look for you would be you with your glasses, bro. And I was like, I think that is a signature look for you. Right. A cap and glasses. I feel like that's dope.
And plus, like, you have a contrast too, right? you may come across as like nerdy and stuff, but then like once you hit the mic, it's like a whole different persona.
Exactly. He has that edge.
Yeah.
You know, I had to pull it out of him, but he definitely he got that edge, man. Don't sleep on my boy Cap Lewis. Hey yo, man, and he got something coming. Hey, he has a song out now on Spotify. It's The Mission. Him and Rye. You know, and it's a banger. Y'all need to go listen to that. Give my boy some spins, man. That song bangs. For real.
And you guys, do you have a mixtape coming up together? Or
no,
I thought you guys
together. We're. Many people have asked us about if we're gonna do something together. We're planning on it. It's coming. I'll probably maybe next year, maybe, you know, who knows? The world may never know in the way of a Tootsie Roll, you know. We just been grinding, man. We've been doing so many shows. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
We've been doing a lot of shows, like with Flowdown, without Flowdown, you know, individually ourselves. You know, we set up our own shows too. You know, I might be doing a show over here one weekend. He might be doing one another weekend, or even in that same weekend. And I might be going from my show to his show, or we might be in the same show together.
Yeah.
You know, because they like us to, you know, for some reason they like our energy. You know, so, hey, man, maybe soon we're gonna, after we get some time, after our solo projects, we're gonna get some time. We're gonna map something out for the people, because a lot of people have been asking.
Yeah. Well, we look forward to it.
Thank you.
So what else do you do besides music?
Oh, well, music? Really? I'm a simple person.
Yeah. Do you still play football, just like leisurely?
Nah.
No.
Nah. I lost my love for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I lost my love for that. Like, I don't know. I just don't feel like moving, cutting like that no more. You know, every now and then I might go to the gym, play some basketball, but I'm a very simple person, if you will. Some people will say I'm boring.
Really?
Yeah. You know, outside of music, like, I don't really do much. You know, I'm a homebody. You know, I work and go home, man. I'm a simple person. Like, I smoke my weed. I stay away from people. You know, because I feel like that type of, you know, I've been to jail. I've done all the stuff that you would consider fun. You know, now I'm a little older now, so I'm more reserved. I'm more laid back. I'm more in the house. You know, for me now, if it's not about music or money, I'm not moving.
So what if you make tons of music or money off music? You still gonna be a homebody?
Pretty much.
Really?
Yeah.
What would you do if you're like fucking like Jay-Z billionaire rich?
I'll be moving around. It'd be like vacations or different places. But like I said, if it's not for money or music, I'm not really moving too much unless it's something to get away from people.
Yeah.
Like, I'm an introvert. I'm an only child.
Me too. Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm an only child, so I'm like super introverted. Like, so I get to a mode where I want to be around people, and then I have my modes where I don't want to.
Wait, what's your sign?
I'm a Taurus.
Oh, okay. I'm a Taurus Gemini.
Hey, Gemini.
So, yeah. I'm stubborn, and I got 2 personalities.
Okay. When's your birthday?
I'm right on the cusp, so May 21st.
May 21st.
I have the same birthday as Notorious B.I.G.
That's dope.
And Jeffrey Dahmer.
Well, hey, well, you get the best of both worlds.
Wait, so when's your birthday?
May 2nd.
I swear, I know so many May babies now. It's crazy.
Because we're dope. I always tell her that we're dope, man. We're one of a kind.
A lot of my friends have the same birthday month as me. It's crazy. We're all connected, I'm telling you.
I haven't met, well, I've always meet them, but it's not, as far as like my friends, they're never like in my birthday. They're never like another May friend that I have. They all have their own, which is dope. So I don't have to share that with them.
My May friends, like, because I am so like introverted, very spaced out with when I talk to them or when I hang out.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we hung out. I won't see you for like 2 more months.
Exactly.
You know? But we'll check on each other, like, you know, text every now and then. But
the only person I'm around is probably this guy, Cat
really?
Blue. Yeah, that's like my little brother.
Have you guys ever lived together?
No, he was close. When I had my place, you can basically say that he was there all the time.
Yeah.
I had got to the point I had to tell him he had to start buying food. And I was like, man, you're here, so you better start, like, buy some chicken, man. Go out and go buy some chicken while you here, because you just here. And I understand why you here, because I wouldn't want to go home either.
Where did y'all meet?
Man, we met in middle school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Or Corpus?
In Austin.
Oh, in Austin.
I was already in middle school by the time I was in Austin.
Oh, okay.
I came here in like maybe 4th or 5th grade. Wow. So I was able to go to 5th, 6th, 7th, you know. By the time I got to, you know, Westview, I was like in the 8th grade. He was a young little 6th grader coming up. little young guy. You know, I seen him around. You know, we weren't really close then, but I knew of him because I also knew his family. You know, and then I got to high school, seen him around again, and I always would show him love. You know, it was never no problem with him. He was always love. You know, and I always knew he was younger than me, so I was like, I would always treat him nice. And I always show guys who was younger than me, like, the way, if you will. Like, I always kind of been that guy. Like, if I'm messing up in the area, I'll tell them where I'm messing up and how they cannot mess up in the area I'm messing up in. And I've always been that type of guy. And I've always been that guy to him, even when we weren't even that close. I'll just walk up to him, probably give him a little piece of game, and then I'll just walk off, you know. But, you know, over time, we kind of fell out of touch. You know, we're doing our own thing in life. And then after I got out of school, I was in limbo. You know, I started doing music with my cousins. That, you know, so, and he comes out of college. He's in limbo. He doesn't really know what to do. I'm doing music at this time, trying to get my foot in. I'm like 21, 22 at the time. So I'm like, I'm trying to, you know, get my foot in and just see what I want to do. So he comes along, you know, I see him. I'm like, hey, man, what you been up to? You know, chop it up for a minute. You know, he says he raps, quote unquote. I was like, boy, you don't rap. You don't rap at all. When you start rapping, you know, because I always knew him as a little nerd guy. You know, in middle school, he was a little chubby dude. You know,
chubby?
Yes.
What? Yes. I couldn't even picture that. You're like a rail thin now.
Yes. He was chubby, man. Look, I'm gonna put it on blast. My guy Cap, he was chubby in middle school. You talking about glow up? Look, he was chubby in middle school, but when he got to high school, for some reason he hit a little growth spurt. He got a little skinny. I was like, who is this little young dude, man? I was like, okay, I see you. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, you know. I see him outside of school, you know, and you know, we start chopping it up. He said he can rap, so I was like, okay, we're gonna see. Pulled up in my car one day. I was like, we're sitting in there having a nice little session. Of course, we do what everybody else does. When you're having a session, somebody's gonna freestyle. You know, everybody thinks they're a rapper when that gets involved. So we put on some beats. He freestyles for me. I'm like, okay, you dope, man. You got a little something there. Well, you know, we can tweak that, make that into something great, you know. So he started hanging out more, you know. And then next, you know, that's when I had my dream and put all this together.
Do you remember what your guys' freestyle was about?
No, I don't.
Do you remember any of like your old raps when you were a kid?
From when I was a kid?
Yeah. Or like what you would rap about?
I would rap about all kinds of stuff.
Just like what's going on at that moment,
yeah,
like around you.
And I would also rap about gangster stuff because that's what I was listening to on the radio.
Yeah, like, who were you listening to, like Tupac back then?
Well, as a youngster, Tupac was my favorite. He still is my favorite rapper. But
yeah.
As a kid, you know, my mom put me on a lot of good music. My mom was a very hip hop head, and my grandma is a DJ.
What?
Yes.
Oh my goodness! What was her DJ name?
I don't know her DJ name. I never asked. I just know her as
cool. Grandma. Where did she DJ at? In Corpus?
Oh yeah, in Corpus.
At like clubs and stuff?
She's been at clubs. She's been all over.
Wow.
She's been all over.
So it's in your blood.
Yeah. Like you go to her house, like growing up with her, like she's put me on music. Growing up with her, she has a mad record collection, and she has a mad CD collection. CD, yes, like great. You go to her house. She was the first person I knew who had a CD burner. Mm-hmm. Like I didn't know anybody who had a CD burner.
How old is your grandma now?
My grandma is, I don't know. I never asked.
Because when I picture her, it's probably a bad image, but like, you know, in the beginning of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you go, when your auntie and uncle in Bel-Air, then I picture her with gray hair, but like DJ.
I wish that was true. I wish that was. No, my grandma, if you see her, I think I have a picture in my phone. My grandma, if you see her, she looks young.
Really?
Oh yeah, like people don't even know that's my grandma.
So who's in her record collection that's like influenced your music style?
Music, well, she had the Sugar Hill, classic. She had James Brown.
Nice.
You know, Thriller. She had so many, but like in her CDs, like it was so much. I can't just pinpoint it to one because my grandma, she was more or less, she would play more blues in the house. Even though she had all these CDs, she would play more blues in the house. Like, so I'm listening to Sir Charles, all these type of guys, you know. And Sir Charles is a whole different type of ball game. That's not just like a regular blues, pop blues. Like, nah, that's, you know, their time, their guy. They love him. You know, she was playing more R&B, that type of stuff. So I'm listening. She put me on Keith Sweat. Yeah. You know, you know. You know, he had to. You know, he was the first one to tell me about crying. You know, look at there he go crying again. There you go. And I'm sitting up there, man. But you know, that's the type of stuff we were on, though.
Wow.
Yeah, and then my mom, she was a hip hop head.
Yeah.
So she's the one who put me on Tupac. That's her favorite rapper.
Wow.
You know, she was the one that was telling me Nas was way better than Jay-Z when they were beefing. She was the one that was like, nah, don't listen to that. Nas is the truth. I'm like, okay. So she's the one who put me on Nas, Busta Rhymes.
Wow.
So, you know, E40, that's one of her favorite artists to this day. So I was listening to E40 in the 90s.
No wonder you stay at home. Your mom and your grandma's cool as fuck.
Oh yeah, like I would only hang out with my friends and not go home. Like play my video game, and yeah, I'm like, why would I? You know, no disrespect, but it was like my house is pretty cool, and I was the only child, so
yeah,
like at certain points in times it was fun.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Has your grandma came out to see you perform?
She's never seen me perform.
What?
Well, she lives all the way in Corpus.
Oh.
She lives all the way in Corpus. So, and she works a lot.
She's still working?
And she still DJs. My grandma does not stop.
That's so cool.
Yes, my grandma, we tell her she needs to slow down.
Wait, what's her DJ name?
I don't know. I
you need to know.
I do need to know. I just know her as Grandma. Yeah. You know, I apologize to the people out there. Grandma, I'm sorry. I should ask her. And I should ask her because Grandma's the truth.
Wow.
But yeah, she's put me on tons of music. And then my uncle Jay, he put me on a lot of 80s music. Like he put me on Phil Collins. He put me on LL Cool J. You know, and my Uncle Charles, he was everything from gangster rap to R&B. And my whole family are the ones who put me on music.
Yeah.
And then when I went out for myself and then found music that I like for my own self, it was like I just put the pieces together based off of what they showed me. You know.
That's dope.
Heck yeah.
Wow.
I'm trying to fold up this picture. I'm not just on my phone, people.
No, you're good. It's just not something you hear every day. Like, my grandma's a DJ.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
What?
That's why I have to show the picture, because I tell people that all the time and they think I'm crazy.
So does she spin with records, or does she do everything on her laptop?
She does both.
Wow.
She can do both. She showed me her sets. Like she's been an Elks member too. Like, and that's this little thing they have. It's a big club all over America. And she's been a member of that since before I was born. You know, Mark. So they would have clubs all over America. So she would be DJing these little clubs all the time. She was the DJ and one of the head people in Corpus. So I spent my life going to clubs, cleaning them up for $20.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Does she play the horn? Bam, 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 bam.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, she's not like that.
Okay.
I wish she was. But that would be a little too.
Yeah.
That'd be a little too much for Granny. You know, Granny ain't gonna do all that. But nah, man. I'm like, oh, where's my picture of my grandma? This is sad. I'll pull it up later.
No, you're good. Wow, I'm surprised she hasn't seen you. Does she even know that you do music?
Yes, she knows.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she knows. She's heard some of my music as well.
Yeah.
No harsh critiques.
Yeah.
Nah, I tried to stay away from all the other stuff. She was like, if you're gonna do this music, you better not just sound like, you know, anybody else. If you're gonna rap, you better make sure you have something to say. You know, they old school, especially when it comes to hip hop. You know, they got to see the birth. Yeah. You know, and they are all hip hop fans in the house. There was no hip hop snobs in my family at all.
That's good.
So they're from the roots. So they're like, if you're gonna rap, make sure you have something to say. Make sure you say with a purpose, and make sure you're not sounding like nobody else. Right. You know, so I push that. And so far, I haven't had too many bad critiques. They want me to fix my bars a little bit better. You know, less cursing. But
oh, really?
There's still grandma at the end of the day.
That's true. That's true. What does she think about, like, today's music, especially, like, women rappers?
Well,
is she, like, conservative? Like, well, you know what I mean, but, like stripper rappers and stuff? Like, talking about pussy. Or
my grandma loves Cardi B.
Really? Wow, that's awesome.
My grandma loves Cardi B. Look, my grandma's not, like, pressed like that. Yeah. She had Lil Wayne's album. She had the Carter 1, Carter 2, Carter 3, Carter 4, Carter 5. My grandma has all the Carters. And then she had all the, she was the one who put me in, she had all the Bow Wow albums, Romeo albums. Like, it goes, it doesn't matter. So, with her, she's able to listen to some of them, but not all of them. Like, she likes Cardi B because she likes her attitude, she likes her music, she likes her sass. But it's not too many of them that's just gonna catch her ear. She's still listening to blues on her own time. Yeah. Yeah, that's still her. Even though she's a DJ, she's still gonna listen to that blues. That's Granny. Wow. You know, her people from Mississippi. You know, that's all they know.
So, do you have any plans of, like, touring or anything like that?
As far as touring, I'm trying to get something set up. Yeah. But right now we're just trying to grow our Black Peace Corp as much as we can, and touring will be coming soon, probably more or less next year. That'll be the vibe.
Yeah. Isn't there a third person, or is just you and Kat?
No, it's a third.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
The greatest third of all time. Tommy T. Smooth Clark, that's our guy. He's also our engineer. He's an R&B singer as well. He also plays in bands, his piano. He's a guy who's, I always tell him, man, like, you don't even realize your talent. You know, he's so talented, man. He can play more than he plays like almost 4 instruments. The guy can, like, the dude can, he's very talented, and he can sing, and he can he produces his own records.
Does he come to Flowdown ever?
Every now and then, but most of the time he's doing his own gigs. You know, he still has to make his money. You know, so he does gigs for his for his bread. So he's gonna play piano somewhere. You know, if it's some money, he'll try to stop by the Flowdown. He's been a couple. He's got on the keys a couple times, ripped it. You know, but that dude there, man, y'all look out for T Smooth, man. He's coming. The greatest. I feel like he's one of the greatest R&B singers I've ever heard.
Does he have an Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't.
Look him up.
Because I know that me and Cap talked about him on our interview, but I don't think I looked him up since.
Yeah.
I should.
You should definitely look him up. Yeah. You're gonna love his music. Like, I'll tell you, like, his music, it's grown folks music with a new spin.
What age is grown though?
I would say more or less 25 plus.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's not necessarily for, you know, 21 and under. Like, it's for the 21 and up clubs or the 25 plus where, you know, just all pretty much our age range.
Yeah.
You know, you're not, you know, it's the type of R&B music you want to hear. You know, he goes old school because he's in the church. He also plays in the church as well. Yeah, so he,
nice.
Yeah, so he, like I said, he does it all. So you'll get the church vibe. You'll get him playing on the organ. You'll get him. I mean, he produces all of it. He'll get a sample of an old R&B track because he knows his R&B. He might get an old one, sample it, and flip it, and make it to something of his own, and change the whole thing out. He remixed the Jamie Foxx show.
Really?
Yes. Oh, it's called Simple Things. It's on SoundCloud.
Okay.
Y'all gotta hear it. Oh my gosh.
It's under T Smooth. Is that what I look up? Okay.
Tommy T Smooth. It's fire. It's definitely fire. I advise everybody to go listen to it.
I'm gonna try to start, like, because I do really like, you know, I have so many musicians that come on. Because right now I have a standard song that John produces my intro. But eventually I'd like to have a different song every episode of like a local artist.
Of course.
We'll see though. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings though. You know what I mean? Like if I always play like.
It's your world. Look, I always tell people, man, it's your world, squirrel. We're just living in it. Like, at least your shit. You can do whatever you want with this.
But I want like everyone to have equal.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
But I always say, it's you. This is yours. You know, this is your shit. If you like the song, and if you feel like the song is worth it, then you go off of that. But if you just don't like, you know, if you like the song, you think it's okay, and or you like this artist as a person more than you like the music that they're bringing. You know, because that happens too, and there's nothing wrong with that. Either, because everything is not for everybody.
Right.
You know, I just feel like it should go off of your taste.
Totally.
You know, and if it's a local artist that's of your taste and of your caliber, then hell yeah, go ahead and make it like that. To, you know, it's your, you know, intro for that week, or you know, for that particular episode.
Ooh, or maybe I could do like a. I don't know, like a monthly special or something, like music months. And it's just that with my scheduling right now, like, it's so hard to find people to you know, have an hour of talking with this podcast. So I don't know. Like, if I do it, I want to make sure I have a solid, like, weekly episode. Because right now I have this gap. Like, I haven't interviewed in so long. You're, like, my first in, like, a month.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I'm, like, trying to get back in a groove of it.
Yeah.
So.
No, I completely understand. Like, sometimes you got to take a break, realign, see what happens.
Yeah. Dude, do you believe in, like, Mercury retrograde and all that shit?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, really?
You can explain
I'm the last person who should be trying to explain it, but I'm not really into, like, you know, astrology and all that stuff. Okay, like, I'm familiar with, like, signs or whatever, but there are some people that go way deep in it, and I'm like, I don't know.
See,
like,
my whole thing is, I'm not really an astrology type of guy. I'm more of a reasoning and understanding, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, things happen for a reason, and we have to understand what the reason is.
But do you believe that there's, like, already a set path? Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is meant to happen? Or do you think you can change your destiny?
I feel like this is probably gonna sound crazy, but it's I grew up in a church, Christian church, and it's preached that God already has your plan set in stone, right? Mm-hmm. My whole thing is I feel like everybody has and will be what they will be, and whatever that is, that will be your path. Mm. And I feel like your path may change because you've changed.
Right.
And I feel like that's very true.
Yeah.
Because you might go this way, but you're not the same person 5 years from now, 10 years from now, even 5 seconds from now. You're not the same person you were. So you're forever changing. And at some point in time, that change will take you off of that path and make you go to a different path. Mm-hmm. Or the path that you go on will actually be a path that's to a path you didn't know you were taking in the first place.
Yeah. Or there could be like an event that totally threw everything off track, and now you're completely changed because of this one traumatic event.
Now you don't even want to go to that place because it's traumatic. Mm-hmm. And that definitely can happen. I feel like that's happened to everybody to a certain extent. You might see something on TV and you're like, nope, I'm not going there.
Right. Totally. Yeah.
And in your mind before that, you're like, oh yeah, I'm for sure going to there. I'm for sure want to go to there. For sure want to go to that island. For sure want to go to this country. But then you start seeing more on the news.
And you're aware.
Yeah, you become aware and you're like, oh, okay, no, I'm not going to do that. Who's to say if you didn't see that, maybe you go there, maybe something happens. We don't know. Maybe you become rich over there.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. Nothing's bad or, good at the same time, per se.
Right. But you also can't live in fear either.
No.
Yeah.
No, you can't live in fear. Sometimes you have to see for yourself. Mm-hmm. And that's why I say it's all reasoning and understanding.
Yeah.
Because people may have their reasons why they might do something.
Right.
But once you try to understand it and you realize some of that is just hogwash, like, okay, now I understand why you feel that way, but here's why you shouldn't feel that way.
Yeah. Or like if you stay stuck on that reasoning, like you're never going to grow as a person.
Never. You have to learn how to have understanding.
Challenge yourself too, yeah.
You have to have understanding of what's going on. And understanding comes with you challenging yourself. Mm-hmm. Because when you try to understand something that you don't get, it forces you to do work on it.
Right.
If you don't, then you will understand it once you've done work. And understanding doesn't ever stop. Mm-hmm. It's a forever process. Because understanding life is something that's impossible.
Oh, yeah.
So you'll be forever in your life with...
Sorry.
You're all right.
Yeah.
No, but you'll forever in your life, follow the line of having to understand what's going on with this. But you'll have a better understanding the older you get.
Yep.
If that makes sense. It'll be less reasoning.
Yeah. One thing that I tried that I never thought would actually happen, but the world works in mysterious ways, but they say that you can manifest something into a reality. Mm-hmm. And I remember I was interviewing for 3 or 4 different jobs, and I was so stressed out last month. And so I typed out in my phone 20 times, I got the job, I got the job, I got the job, just telling myself. But it's crazy because I didn't know which job I would get. Mm-hmm. And I ended up getting one that was my second choice. But I guess what I'm getting at is it's just crazy because if you really write down something, it becomes a reality.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah,
it can be, or it could just be just a word.
That's true, but or your own you're fooling yourself, or pushing yourself into making it come true.
Yeah, you're looking at it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you still have to do work.
Right.
Because, like I said, if it's no work, then it's just a word on the wall.
Right. But if you see it every day.
Yeah, if you see it every day, your mind's on it. Mm-hmm. Your mind's on it. Now, it's up to you what you want to do. And that's where the manifestation happens.
Right.
The manifestation happens because the work has to be put in. And I feel like a lot of people get that part misconstrued. you know, about manifesting words.
Right.
Because you'll have a lot of people, they'll do they'll do a whole collage, you know, they'll do the
like a vision board.
Their vision boards, there you go. They'll do their vision boards, right? And then they accomplish nothing. Because they think in their mind that the vision board is going to trick them into thinking that, okay, this is going to appear in front of me. But if your mind is not on, I'm already doing the work prior to this vision board.
Yeah.
You write your goals down, but you've already been trying to do your goals.
Yeah.
So you write your goals down, organize your goals. That's where the whole vision board really comes into that's where that whole manifestation comes into the place. You know, because you're not going to move because it's something on the wall. It has to still be something in you to make that happen. And I feel like, you know, that's gonna, when people have that mind state more, I feel like they're gonna be able to move in a better process, in a better way. And then whenever they put their vision board together, it would make more sense of how they're gonna do things. Because some people have, hey, I want to go here, I want to go there. You know, they'll have their dreams and goals on the vision board, and some of it will happen. Some of it will come in fruition, because, you know, it's something they really wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know, but I feel like manifestation, I feel like it's going to happen regardless. But I feel like it's up to the person.
But it also, you can't do things alone either.
Oh, no.
And even if you're the only one putting in the work, you still need the support of others. Because there's some days that, like, you don't think you could even try, but it goes a long way when you have words of encouragement and people telling you you can do it, don't give up.
Yes, that's that right there. I realized I went through that. I've always, like I said, I'm very introverted. I've always been the type of person who's like, oh, no, I got it, don't worry about it. Are you good? Yeah, I'm good, don't worry about me, I'm good. I'm never sad, I'm never down when people see me. If you see me, the smile is always the same. It's never, the smile is a little thinner. The smile is always the same. My attitude is always the same, but because I've always had to deal with that, and that's one of my biggest problems is reaching out.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes I'll
because that's Taurus, man. Stubborn. It's a very Taurus trait.
Exactly. Like, you know, we always feel like we can do it ourselves, you know. And no, you're right, man. I had to realize that. Like, you know, you can't do everything yourself. You can't, like, as much as you really think you can and really want to, you don't have that power. You know.
Even just like if you're trying to move across the country by yourself out of state, you're still gonna need someone.
You're gonna need somebody.
Even just helping you pack your shit, or like, you know, picking you up at the airport. Like,
pack it, pick you up. Yeah. All that. You need people, man. You need a great support system. Because, like, I've been in a dark place. Like, it wasn't until like last year that I probably got out a little bit of my depression ring. But I was in a dark place, you know, and I'm sitting around, and like you said, I couldn't move. I felt like I couldn't move. You know, at this point, I lost a lot of stuff. At this point, I felt like I lost everything. At that point, you know, you're like, oh man, I've lost. You know, I went to jail. I was in jail for like a month. My roommates at the time, I had an apartment. It was in my name. My friends and my, you know, family at the time, people I brung in, you know, I felt, you know, I, you know, got them on a better path. You know, they couldn't help me, or didn't want to. You know, so I had to, when I got out of jail, I didn't have my apartment, didn't have my car, didn't have my job. I just started doing this music, and I, you know, like, this was what happened. I just started recording, like, for myself. I just started recording, and all of this happened. So I was like, man, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, was all this worth it? Like, what did I do? You know, and so I'm sitting there stuck. You know, my mom's telling me, you need to do this, you need to do that. You know, put your life back in order. Mm-hmm. You know, do the right things that you need to do. Get up, get your job, get your money right, get your life back in order, get your car, get your place, everything, you know, get all of that back. Mm-hmm. In my mind, at the time, I'm sitting like, why if I'm going to lose it again? Oh. You know? Yeah. You lose you know, because, you know, I feel like, you know, in my life, it was a consistency of that. And I had to realize is that, you know, so what? If you lose again, so what? Yeah. So what? Mm-hmm. It's either you get it and lose it and have nothing, or you sit here and have nothing.
Yeah. I saw the acronym FAIL is just first attempt in learning.
Exactly.
So I mean, I'm sure you never got back to that place again.
Oh no! Like once I've got out, like I it's been so much clarity. Man, I was in a dark spot, man. You know, I was doing a lot of things I never thought I would be doing, as far as for myself. You know, popping pills.
Damn.
Yeah. You know, I was popping pills, Xanax, Oxycontin.
Does your mom know?
Nah, nobody knew. Because, like I said, I was the same person all the time. If you seen me, I'm the same person.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if I was high or sober. I was the same person. It was no different. My eyes might be redder than before. That'd be the only difference. But, you know, they didn't know. My mom didn't know. Nobody knew what I was doing. Cap didn't even know. Wow. Like, I was just, you know, doing things on my own.
How'd you crawl out then?
It came to a certain point where I got into an argument with my mom, and then left, moved in with a friend of mine, my ex-girlfriend, got into it with her, and then I had to realize, I had to realize I had to go back home, and I had to crawl back, and I was like, what I realized is I'm doing all of this, and then I'm taking drugs. That's not good. Yeah. So when you feel like you're pressed, so somebody's pressing you, or you feel like they're asking you too many questions. First of all, when you're depressed, you're automatically gonna snap back.
Right.
But then when you're on the drugs as well, even on the withdrawals, it makes it worse. Mm-hmm. So you go from, instead of yelling, you punch a wall.
Yeah.
You know, and I had to sit back, and I was like, damn, I wilded out. I wilded out. Why? Goes back to the reasoning and understanding. Why am I doing what I'm doing? Why am I so dark? Why am I not happy? Why do I feel like things aren't moving the way I want them to? You know, and then I had to really come to a situation that things don't move the way you want them to, because things move the way they're supposed to. It's not the way you want them to.
Yeah.
It's the way life wants it to. Life moves the way life moves. You're a blimp in life. Everybody's a blimp in life. We all are striving to have a long-lasting effect in life, but we're all blimps. You know, and even our effect is a blimp in the lifespan. You know? Yeah. So it's like, I'm sitting there thinking, like, okay, let me get myself together. Let me get me together, my internal. I'm focusing on, you know, work. I'm going to work. I found a job, getting a little money, but all I'm doing is working. I'm not happy. I'm still not happy. So it's not the money. It's not even me getting this check. It's not that. I have to start doing me for me. So I started doing music a lot more. Went back to music. Let me try this again. Let me rebuild where I fell off. Started doing music again. That's when I made my first mixtape in 2016. It's called The Work Tape. You know, and the work was just me working on myself and me working on my life.
And that's what that whole mixtape was about. You know, and when I made it, every time I made a song, I felt good. You know, every time, and I was like, okay, I can do this again. I can put things together again, not just with music, but with my life.
Yeah.
So, piece by piece, and it wasn't a fast process at all. My parents probably hate me for it because I lived in their house while I had to go through this. They didn't understand it. I tried to explain to them, but in their mind, they're like, what the hell does that mean? Like, you know, you don't have kids. You know, what is your deal? Why are you depressed? Why are you stressed? You don't really have any real bills.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you so upset? Yeah, you went down, so what? Like, that's how they're looking at it. My mind is like, man, you know, maybe it's bratish at the time. You know, but it was like, I was just like, I never felt like that. I'm normally, and I'm looking at, I'm not in sports, I'm not in college. You know, I got kicked out of college. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm looking at like, am I a failure? You know, is this what that means? Like, is this what this is? When you fail, like a failure? I've never been a failure in my life. Everything I've ever did, I was good at. That's always been me. So whenever I went through that, you know, that thing where I'm like, I failed. Mm-hmm. Couldn't keep things together. Never knew what that felt like before.
Wow.
Never knew. So crawling out of that took a lot of prayer, meditation. I took more walks with myself, started thinking with myself, what do I need to do? Start holding myself accountable for a lot of things I was doing to people and to people that love me that were trying to help. Mm-hmm. You know, and I feel like, and then start hanging out with my friends more.
That's good.
Yeah, man, I started hanging out. Me and Cap started hanging out a lot more. Me and T Smooth started hanging out a lot more. You know, just getting away and, you know, talking about life and not, you know, and understanding I'm not the only one going through shit.
Right. Yeah, right. Totally.
You know, and it's good to get that from your peers. You know, your peers are going through something as well, and they shit is heavy, just like your shit is heavy.
Yep.
You know, and you realize that, and it's like, now we're talking about how we can pick each other up from this situation.
Right.
Like, hey man, you know what you should do? And, you know, oh bro, you know, you should do this. This helped me. You know, I'm like, hey Cap, you should do this. This help. You know, when we start doing all that, I feel like we grew together. We grew out of our dark place together. You know, Cap eventually found a woman that he loves and he cherishes. You know what I'm saying? I eventually found more of an inner peace that I've ever had, and more. And now I'm getting to balance. That's my next challenge. Mm-hmm. That's my
sweat.
Hey, talk to him.
Well, I'm glad that you're out of that. How long were you in that dark place?
Man, I'd probably say, man, it was good 3 years.
Wow.
2 or 3 years. And it started off real slight. In the beginning, I started off like, okay, I can still do this. I can get this back. And then things kept happening. Me and my mother, we kind of grew apart. Me and my stepdad, we grew apart. We wound up getting into it. You know, more arguments, more fights in the household. You know, and my mom, my family means everything to me. Like I said, I'm the only child, and my dad wasn't around. My mom didn't get married till I was 13. So it was, my mom was my everything. So whenever I felt like we're growing apart, I just got dark, you know, even darker, and I didn't know how to mend it, how to, you know, make it right at the time.
Right.
You know, so in the beginning, that's how it got to that. And then I'm working, and you keep getting laid off here, you laid off here, you laid off here. Now you looking like, damn, man, I can't even keep a job. You know, now my mom's mad, of course. She's on my ass. I'm mad that I even have to go back here. I'm mad that I even have to ask for rides. I had my own car. I had my own shit. Didn't have to ask for nothing. You know? So I'm looking at it like this. I'm like, damn, bro. Now I'm trying to get back to it, but now I'm not happy, though. So if I get it all, what does it mean? Mm-hmm. Am I just going to lose it all again? I'm not going to probably take it for granted again. I'm not happy. If I get it, I'm not happy with it.
Yeah.
You know? And I realized even when I had my shit, I wasn't super happy. You know? I got comfortable, which was terrible. But I wasn't happy. I wasn't living the lifestyle of being more upbeat like I am now. Mm-hmm. You know, then it was more negative. It was more of a negative lifestyle. You know, selling weed. You know, I'm hanging around people. I'm moving around, doing different things. I'm messing with a lot of different women. You know, every fucking week. And I had to slow down. I went celibate for a year. Yeah, I even did that.
Damn.
Yeah, man. A year. I went celibate for a year. And I don't know, I guess realign the chakras, if you will, you know.
Yeah.
Because I was like, man, like I said, I started going back and looking at me. What are my vices? What are my problems?
Yeah.
You know, like.
That's good, though. You need that self-evaluation.
I think everybody should be celibate for a year.
Totally.
I really do think so. Like, realign your mind. Kind of like focus on you and your goals or whatever your goals are at the time. Like, if it's financial, and you know, one year. And I would tell people all the time, man, I'm celibate for a year. My friends, my homeboys, like, dude, you crazy. How you gonna do that for a year? Man, I can barely go 4 months. I was like, bro. Like, I feel like I gotta do this because I was doing it too much. I was having a lot of sex, more than average. More than average.
So when you came back to it, did it have a different meaning for you?
I feel like I had to be. I went back. I had, I guess you would say, meaningless sex. Mm-hmm. Again, it just didn't feel right.
Yeah.
Just like now, I would more or less want somebody that I'm more or less comfortable with.
Connection.
Yeah, it has to be a connection there. I can't just, because me just doing it, I feel nothing. Mm-hmm. I would feel nothing from it. So it'll be just like I don't even want to do it. It'll be like I just never did it. Mm-hmm. Like that's how fast it would leave my mind. So to have a connection with somebody,
yeah,
it would, you know, to have it sustainable. Now we are together, like, you know, that type of thing.
Right.
You know, that's what I kind of lean more towards now, instead of just being frivolous. So now I take things slow. Now I'm the guy taking things slow with females. You know, I'm like, hey, you know, I just want to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not just trying to jump over there. And even if I come to your house, that's not my first thing I'm trying to do. I'm trying to talk. I really want to talk.
Can we talk?
For a minute, hey. That's my ish.
Well, you sound like a good man.
Thank you.
I hope you find a good woman.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know, I went through a lot of my dog days.
Yeah.
But I feel like, you know, it was healthy, and I went through it. I did it all single, so I didn't cheat on nobody. So,
good for you.
Yeah, you know, that was my big thing too. I've probably been single for way too long. We're not gonna talk about that.
And you got no kids? That's good.
Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Nah, I've been chilling back, you know, just trying to focus on me, man. Yeah. Like, you only got one life to live.
Yep.
You know, like I always tell Cap, you know, Cap's gonna have one, so I'm gonna be uncle. Tommy already got one, I'm already uncle.
There you go.
You know, so I always tell him, man, you only got one life to live. You do what you want with it. And, you know, you do what you feel is right. Mm-hmm. And, like, even when he first came to me with this woman, I was like, all right, man, if you love her, you feel like she's going to do right by you, does she believe in your dreams, your aspirations, you know, check, it's cool with me, you know. Same, you know, if me and you were close and you came to me with a guy, I have like some of my real good girlfriends who, you know, they would come to me and tell me like, hey, you know, I'm talking to this dude, like, I'll peep him out. Some of them, they'll ask to meet me, you know, I'll peep him out, see what he's about, talk to him, evaluation. You know, but you know, I'm just like that with everybody. Even though I'm single, I always push people to be together.
Yeah.
I'm not the single guy. Like, no, you should be single.
Right.
No, everybody should get somebody. If you love them and they love you, don't waste your time. Mm-hmm. I don't believe in wasting time.
Yep.
That's my whole thing. You know, don't waste time. I was single because I didn't want to waste nobody's time.
Smart.
You know, some people don't believe in that, but I always say, don't waste your time with people.
Yep.
They're not what you about. They're not on your wavelength. Sometimes you just gonna have to move around.
Yep.
It might hurt, but sometimes it's for the best. And if it's meant to be, it will come back around. Mm-hmm. It really will. Mm-hmm. I'm a firm believer in that.
Totally, I agree. Well, we should probably start wrapping up. I always feel bad because it's usually like at the 40-minute mark when things get really comfortable.
Oh yeah.
That's why like Joe Rogan's is always like 3 hours long and
most of them are. You know, I love podcasts. You know, I watch Joe Rogan. I watch Joe Budden. I even watch Vlad interviews, and his are fucking 2 hours long.
He's weird though.
Yes.
Like I always feel like I'm watching like some weird porn that's about to start. You know what I mean? Like he should be like, all right, now take off your clothes.
With the weird voice.
Yeah, like why does he have to be behind the camera?
I guess that's his whole stigma. I guess. Well, he says that he wants to put the focus more on the artist.
But sometimes his questions are out of line too.
Yeah, it sounds like damn interrogation.
Yeah, or sometimes it's not even about their music; they're just about drama.
Yeah, I've never been into that, but yeah, shout out to them, man. But all I can tell you is in August, later this in August, my EP will be dropping. It's called InnerG, InnerG, ENERGY. INNERG.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it's a little different. It's energy slash. You know, it's gonna be an EP. It's gonna be a different sound. It's gonna be more trap sound. It's gonna be more bass. A lot of my fans have been asking. You know, a lot of my good friends have been asking as well. They want this. So it's gonna be more of a good sound. Heavier sound, but bars. It's gonna be messaging. It's gonna be very, you know, from my perspective of life. It's not gonna be your drug dealer rap, cause I'm no drug dealer. I'm just a nigga who raps. And that's facts. No, man, and you know, it's like I was telling Cap. You know, it's time for us to stop being surfers. You know, it's time for us to stop being surfers. You know, a surfer, they'll paddle out. Surfer's gonna wait for a wave. You know,
I like that analogy.
It's time for us to be the water. We gotta be the wave. The wave never stops. Even when it hits shore, it bounces.
We should do a photo shoot, and I'll Photoshop y'all on like a board.
I'm surfboard. I'm definitely about it. We can definitely do it, man. I love it. Hey, man. Hey, I love your work too. Speaking of photos, you know, I follow you on the IG. You know, you're dope.
Thanks. You're dope, it's a little different than most, but I appreciate it.
That's what we go for.
Yeah. But sometimes I feel like different kind of. It's so. I don't know. I don't wait for the wave. I like to make my own waves.
Yeah. Hey, like I was saying, you gotta be like Bruce Lee would say. You have to be water. You have to be water.
Yeah.
Being like, you have to be your own wave.
Yeah.
Because if you're sitting there waiting on the wave will eventually be over, or you'll crash. And then what? If you're still a surfer, you're still gonna have to be paddling back out there waiting for the next wave to come. And sometimes I always tell artists, you gotta be the water. Be water, man. Be the wave. Don't wait for a wave. Be one. Mm-hmm. If it doesn't matter if people aren't on this sound, you're on this sound. If you're on it, a million other people think like you, regardless of how you feel. Of an individual you are, nobody's that much of an individual as much as they think they are.
Yeah.
You know, if you feel some way, a million other people feel that way too. So if you're on this sound, you like this sound. Somebody likes the sound out there.
Yeah.
You might have to find them. It may not be a lot of people, but somebody does. And if you find them, hold on to them, man. Mm-hmm. And then what I've noticed about people, in general anyway, some people, they don't know what they like.
Yeah.
They go off what everybody else likes.
Right.
So they think this is what everybody's supposed to like, so this is what they're going to like. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter what people think. You know, do you be your own wave, be your own water. You know, and don't conform to what everybody try to put you in. Because the water keeps moving and the wave never stops. It can hit the shore and you know it just ripples back and it creates another wave. So be you, be the ocean, be the water, be your own wave. BPC, ROWSKI Lee.
Wise words. So where can we find you? Just to
put it out there. You can find me on IG at r0wski.
With a 0, by the way.
With the 0.
I tried looking you up and I was like, oh yeah, that's right, it's a 0.
I had to make it distinctive. There's too many people at the name. I was like, what the hell? So yeah, it's r0wski with the 0, r0wski. You can also find me on Soundcloud at r0wski92. That's ROWSKI 92. You can find me everywhere, man. You can also find me on Facebook, Michael r0wski Room. Man, you can find me everywhere. Also, r0wski1992 on Twitter. I don't really use my Twitter a lot, but it's there. You can use it. You can follow me.
Do you just like follow people though?
I follow people, and sometimes I post. I use it for promotion.
Yeah.
Mainly, so Twitter. You can get a lot of updates from a lot of my music on Twitter, Instagram. But if you want to get up there first, go to Instagram. Mm-hmm. That's where you're gonna find all the information first. Is when you're gonna find out about all my shows first. And also I have a show August 9th. You know, I hope y'all are there. I hope y'all will be there. I'll be battling Tall Kyle with the ATXFlowdown. So if y'all want to see a dead body, that'll be a good thing to come watch.
Is that the Scratch House too?
That'll be at the Scratch House, okay. Yes.
I need to go to another battle.
Yes, you do. And this will be a good one. This will be a good one to come if you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
You're gonna see me, you're gonna see bars. It's going to be Ty Scientific versus James. James, he's a dope artist as well. He's a young guy. So in Ty Scientific, I call him. He's a guy who just keeps on coming. You know, he came out of the battle one time. Now he's back in it. And he keeps winning somehow, some way. Yo, it'll be something dope for you to watch. And the sets, as far as the artist performance, are dope. There's a lot of artists performing.
Nice.
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, we look forward to it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. So we'll look out for your single on August 9th.
Oh, yes. My single will be dropping Friday. You know, it's going to be called Fake. It's like I said, it's going to be something different from my normal sound. It's going to be more of a trap sound. My people from the hood are going to love it. I know you will. Okay. Y'all been asking about it, so I got you.
Well, thank you so much, and hopefully we'll get T Smooth in here to complete the trio.
Oh, definitely. I'm gonna pull his ass out of wherever he hiding at. He's gonna come do this for sure. He's gonna love it, man. My lineage as far as music it gets pretty deep, but his is deeper.
Yeah.
His is a whole family tree. Oh man.
Well, thank you so much, and we will look forward to all your work coming out. And I was looking you up. You don't have a YouTube?
No, not yet.
I listen to a lot of music off YouTube.
I will have my music up on YouTube. I just been chilling.
Yeah.
Building around. Really just been doing a lot of shows and working, so I haven't had a whole bunch of time to actually sit down and do my computer shit. Like, hey man, I'm an individual artist, man. I do everything myself.
Yep, I feel that.
So it's coming soon, y'all. Y'all stay there. ROWSKI coming soon, YouTube. EP coming soon in August. This Friday. InnerG Fake. It's coming out. Y'all stay tuned. It's coming out Friday night, man. It's gonna love it. Y'all gonna love it. Everybody stream it. It'll be on all platforms. Shout out to your boy ROWSKI Lee, Black Peace Corp, Capital, T Smooth, ROWSKI. We out here.
And on that note, you guys have a good night.
Bow.
You can reach us at fatalpodcastatx@gmail.com or Instagram at fatalappeal.